Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Per usual, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you'd rate the Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5 reunion Part 1 from 1 to 10. And replay crew, we want to know the same information from you as well. Happy New Year. I hope everyone is doing well, feeling well, and just here to join in the fun, in the conversation, in the live chat, or in the comments section. So a lot of you were hyping up, and at least the Twitter universe were hyping up this Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. And to be honest with you, I got a little hyped. I was like, oh, maybe it was actually good. Maybe something stood out in this reunion. The only thing that stood out to me was Melody's look. No, Melody wasn't the only one that looked really good. I have to say, Tisha looked really good. Kiki looked really good. Mama Wanda, when Mama Wanda, gets dressed up, she looks really good. Kimmy, I'm still rooting for you, Kimmy, because girl, we know what you're going through. But that look was not it. It wasn't it. Not for me. I was like, what does she have on? I feel like the last reunion when she had that sort of like Jessica Rabbit look, I was like, okay, all right. This look, I wasn't feeling it. We have to talk about the reunion fashions. The guys always look, guys don't really get creative with their looks. The only one that got creative with their look would be Carlos King. How you doing, Carlos? I didn't expect anything less from him, but the other guys are just usual, the normal suit. Yeah, some of them got a little glittery stuff on there. All right, whatever. So a lot of us were not looking forward to the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion because based off of season 4, which we didn't get a reunion for, and then this part 2 to season 4, which has been labeled season 5, we were like, what are we going to talk about? And it's the same stuff that we're talking about. And some of you are okay with that. Some of you were highly entertained by this reunion. I wasn't. And this is my review. So I'm like, okay, Kempire, is there anything that you can say nice about this reunion? And there are some things. But overall, I wasn't as hyped as I saw Twitter. But my YouTube community, the TikTok community, everyone has very different opinions, which is okay. Based off of what I saw from this reunion, from 1 to 10, I probably would rate it like a 5 or a 5.5. And I'm being generous with that because I don't feel like there was anything new that we got from here. I do give Carlos his credit because I do feel like he was asking questions to dig a little bit deeper, especially with the cheating allegations against Marsau, the lawsuit that, all of you have been bringing up when we've been recapping the show. So I do appreciate what Carlos was doing as a reunion host, but nobody was really answering anything. Let's start from the top. Melody Ho. A lot of people were reacting to Melody's energy. And look, we've gone back and forth with defending Melody, not defending Melody. Like, Melody, what are you doing? What's happening here? She looked great, though. I'll give her that. She looked amazing. I really loved that look, Melody. What I didn't love was like, you have to engage. You can't just come out there just being upset and bitter and hateful for no reason, it seems like, because we're like, okay, why are you mad? Well, apparently she had some beef with Maurice because of an interview that he and Kimmy did where Maurice basically said that the friendship between Kimmy and Melody is not a real friendship. And she did not like that. However, we've been saying that this entire season. I was like, it doesn't feel like that's a real deep friendship. And Kimmy even confirmed it. She's like, I don't understand, Melody, why you're upset right now because you literally say similar things in your interviews when it comes to us or when it comes to the cast. And she does. I don't understand why Melody is in her feelings if the friendship is not a deep friendship. It's not a best friendship, but there is a friendship there. Carlos asked Kimmy, do you consider Melody a friend? She's like, yeah. But the way she describes that friendship is not a deep friendship. It's almost like she's an associate. She's calling, checking on me, because I'm that type of person. Even if we're not deep friends or we're not tight, if I find out you have cancer, you're going through something, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to check in. Melody apparently has been doing those things. Has she been doing those things from a genuine place? I don't No, some people just do that because of the way they were raised. Like, oh, no, that's the thing you do. If you don't do something like that, people are going to judge you. And they just do it automatically. Okay. But we've been saying, I don't feel like the Melody and Kimmy relationship, it's far better with Kimmy than it is with Tisha. But I also don't feel like it's a deep friendship. Tisha basically put that out there. Like when the camera stopped rolling, Melody disappears. She disappears. And look, as someone that keeps my friend circle very small, I can relate to that, Melody. However, you are filming a show about your relationships with these people. And it seems like your relationships with these people is not that deep. And when it's not that deep, it translates as not that deep and not that interesting on a reality show. Just saying. Before we even get to the reunion, per usual, Carlos goes to all of the rooms and he's like, hey, everybody. I'm sorry, Carlos. So you know what Carlos does. He goes to all the rooms. He's seeing how everyone is doing. We're seeing who's actually there. Mama Wanda's there. Kiki's there. Kiki looked good. I like Kiki's look. You did a good job, Kiki. Whoever, helped put that situation together. At one point, he goes to Martell's room and Martell's on the phone with Sheree. You may have seen the video and pictures of Sheree celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday, Sheree. Happy birthday to anyone that's celebrating Capricorn season. And Carlos gets on the phone with Sheree and is grilling Sheree. Are you in love? What's happening? And Sheree's like, Martell's a good guy. He's a good dad. At one point, Martell's like, oh, you keep talking like that, I'm going to put a ring on it. Yeah, just for ratings. I still do not believe this relationship. And I said this before when I was talking about the Portia and Simon situation. You could be having sex in front of me and I'm not going to believe this relationship because some people will do anything for fame. I know of some celebrities that you know and love, some that are probably not together anymore, but had full-on marriages and babies, and it was a publicity situation that brought them together. People will do a lot for fame. It's sick. It's sick. 2023, I'm telling it all. Y'all not going to stop me. Sidebar, guys. What is your word for 2023? I've been saying this to everyone. It's something that I used to do years ago. And then when I saw the Harry and Meghan documentary and she brought it up, what a friend told her, it stuck out in my mind. I was like, yeah, I need to choose a word. Originally, I said my word's going to be travel. I think I needed a word, but I don't think that's going to be my word for 2023. What's your word for 2023? Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section. And let's see, by the end of the year, did you live up to that word? The other word that I'm thinking is influential. I want that to be my energy for 2023. Influential. Anyways, back to this. So Carlos is talking to Sheree. He asked Sheree, are you in love with Martell? Sheree hangs up on him. First of all, even if she was, she's not going to say it because Martell's not in love with her. Fast forward to at the top of the reunion, I implore you all to go back and rewind at the top. There is a moment when Martell gives the googly eyes to I was going to say Sheree, to Melody Sheree. When she comes out, she's like, oh, he's like, but there's a moment when they're all seated at the very top of the reunion and he looks over at Melody. He still wants that old thing back. I don't care what anyone says. He still wants that old thing back. He wants his relationship, his home life. He wants the wife situation with Melody back. And she looks good. But then do I believe that he will stop cheating? No, I don't. And Sheree, I'm not worried about Sheree. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Sheree, at your big age, why are you be with someone he's going to cheat on you? Do that? No, because they all know what they're doing here. They all know what they're doing. And yes, Martell is filming for RHOA. And you're probably thinking, how did he get permission? Carlos asked Oprah. And they gave them permission because it's going to bring ratings to Love and Marriage Huntsville. If it was the reverse, don't expect to see Sheree on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Just saying. I would be shocked. I would be shocked, bro. I ain't trying to do that. Just saying. Anyways. So at the top of the reunion, the couples come out. We see all their outfits. As I said to you before, I feel like everyone looked good except Kimmy. I didn't like Kimmy's outfit at all. I didn't like the hair. I didn't like the dress. You will share your opinions in the chat. All right. But at the top, there's an issue between because Melody, when she can't help herself but be in her feelings and be in a mood. And that issue of what Maurice said in the interview comes up. And she calls him Martin Luther King Jr. in his speeches. It's true. He comes across very preachy, we already kind of unpacked Maurice, and everyone's like, he is not the good guy that he portrays himself to be. That's what people feel about Maurice now. I don't know how I feel about Maurice. I don't feel like he is, holier than thou. And sidebar, the Credit One sex romp parties. Have y'all heard those rumors? Look, y'all know I'm not that invested in Love and Marriage Huntsville to keep up with any of those side rumors and drama that happens on social media. Every once in a while, I will. How I didn't hear that story. I heard about the Marsau and the legal situation. I didn't hear about the Credit One sex romp parties that were happening there. And Maurice was very upset about it. He says, someone's going to find themselves in a lawsuit. Who? Who's been spreading these rumors? Was it a YouTuber? You will all let me know in the live chat. It probably was. YouTube has been covering and documenting all of these stories from Love and Marriage Huntsville, including the picture of allegedly of Marsau's back in that hotel room. That also comes up during this reunion. All right. So they talk about that whole situation. Melody, it seems to be very upset that Maurice alluded that she's not so close with Kimmy. And Kimmy's like, why are you upset? You say similar things in interviews as well. You're just in your feelings right now because we've said it. Okay, girl. All right. So the legal battle with Marsau that you all have talked about it. You've called in and mentioned that there's this legal situation. I have not versed myself on the legal situation or the allegations. I just briefly have an idea. I know it's pretty bad and millions of dollars, I believe, is at stake here. But when Carlos asked Marsau about it, Marsau says, it was a new deal that I had gotten into during the pandemic. Well, before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, so it affected the business. But he doesn't really deny the allegations that are coming out from this lawsuit. So for me, it was just a bunch of words that didn't get anywhere. But what we did get to, and that was part of the reason why Marsau decided that he wanted to go to Africa to clear his head. Well, Tisha said it was one of the reasons.
Girl, this girl is delusional.
To leave your family to go to Africa. I mean, she probably wouldn't have been happy if he was going to Atlanta, but okay. I don't get it. Do I believe that Marsau's cheating on Tisha? I don't even know at this point. I probably just don't even care at this point. Because if she doesn't care, why should I care? Right? Just think about that. If Tisha doesn't care that this man may be cheating on her, why should we care? Here's the thing, though. Tisha does bring up a valid point. All these allegations against Marsau for years, there's been no solid proof. Carlos then chimes in. What about him in the bed? The back of his head in the bed. She's like, we don't know if that was him. And he says that, and Marsau says that wasn't me. I mean, that could have been me from behind too, y'all. How you doing? Just saying. Anyways, so that's part of, we find out why he went to Africa. He went to Africa because he was very stressed by this legal situation, so he wanted to get out of the country. Now that sounds a little bit more suspect. Not about cheating, but more like, why'd you get out of the country? Were you moving money? Sound effects are back. Yay. Sound effects are back. So this leads to Tisha really trying to defend her marriage. And I don't blame Tisha. Because Tisha's like, well, Martell and Melody over the years have brought up, oh, Marsau's cheating. They got an apartment together and this and this and that. When Carlos asked Melody, do you double down? Do you still, were you lying when you said that you knew that Marsau was cheating on Tisha? Well, that's when Tisha accuses Melody of trying to bring a woman on the show and pay this woman to lie and say that she is having a relationship with Marsau. And then Melody throws Carlos on the bus. Remember, you were on the phone with me having that conversation with the woman. So that it gets a little gray there. They go back and forth about, yeah, the woman told me that you wanted to pay her $5,000. And Melody's like, well, no, what you're saying is being misconstrued. This person wanted to come on the show. I'm not involved in the negotiations of their contracts and how much they're paid. So something was happening there. Not sure exactly why. Okay. All right. But the thing that stood out to me in that moment was Tisha saying that if Melody or Martell, because you see how dirty Melody and Martell get with each other, they've had real issue with the Scotts. They would have put that information, if they had solid proof about Marsau cheating, they would have put that information out there. Do you believe that? Or are they waiting? I'm still waiting for the solid proof. Tisha does have a valid point. They've said it countless times. Marsau's behavior would make you believe that he was cheating. But so far, we don't have anything. And the whole conversation around it, season after season, is getting tired. Speaking of tired, Kiki comes out. Not you, Kiki. Kiki comes out. And Kiki and Mama Wanda comes out, but we don't get a lot from Mama Wanda. Kiki comes out, and first of all, Tisha talks about how close her and Kiki, like they grew up like sisters, and they fought like sisters. But Melody defends her like, I've known Kiki a very long time. You know, that's why I invited her to my holiday party. She makes it seem like her and Kiki go way back. And they probably do. But was it convenient that you decided to bring Tisha's cousin on the show to talk bad about Tisha and her relationship? Melody, based off of your history and based off what we keep seeing, we wouldn't put it past you. We wouldn't put it past you. So Kiki comes out, and of course Carlos is asking her, did Tisha ever confide in you about Marsau cheating? Did she ever voiced concerns about Marsau cheating? She said no to the first part, but she said, yes, they did have conversations about her being concerned about him possibly cheating. And Tisha's like, you're lying. Tisha also brings up that Kiki told her that Melody was down at the courthouse trying to dig up information about Marsau and Tisha. Because I think they got arrest warrants or something like that. Look, a couple of them do on that cast. Anyways. Allegedly. I mean, I don't know if it's alleged if you can pick up the court documents. So when Kiki doubles down, it's like, I don't remember telling you that. Tisha gets up, and we think because to me in that moment, I'm like, Tisha, why are you getting up? Why are you that upset? No, Tisha was up with those reindeer games and brought out a puppet. Kiki puppet and a Melody puppet, and she's just playing around with the games and the puppets and I'm thinking to myself, even before I saw the scene play out, seeing it on social media, all of you guys reacting to it, I was just like, I already know this is going to be real dumb. And watching it, it landed real dumb. Tisha, for someone that is so smart and you took that business, you bought out Martell and you turned that business from the negative into $1 million company, and you're so educated, you are just socially awkward. That was such a stupid move. I'm sorry. Less than smart move. You went backstage to get puppets. First of all, you went to where to get those puppets? I want to get a puppet for the studio. Sorry. Where do I get a puppet? Maybe I should ask Delusional Deborah from Real Housewives of Potomac. If you missed our Potomac recap from this week, be sure to check that out as well, guys. So she brings out those puppets, and I'm just like, what is the point here? Nothing. There really is no point. Let me go back through my notes to kind of really see what I meant. Nothing. So she walks off the stage to get those puppets, to bring those puppets back. Maurice and Kimmy are laughing, and I'm trying to remember Melody's face in that moment. Melody was grinning, but she's like, she's probably like all of us. Girl, you look so stupid right now. And Marcel, you didn't tell your wife, nah, let's not do this. I don't think that makes much sense. But here we are. I I want to hear from you guys. I just felt like this reunion, I was really excited because everyone's like, oh my God, the reunion, Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion was so good. And then I watched it and I was like, really? Y'all thought this was good? And you are entitled to your opinion, but here's mine. It wasn't. And this was only part one. And based off the seasons that we're recapping and reuniting to talk about, I'm like, roll the tape for Love and Marriage DC. Carlos tweeted that he watched the first few episodes and it's fire, but I can't. It's like another Andy Cohen. They're going to say that about their show. I'll believe it when I see it. And if I feel that way, I will say it. We shall see. We shall see. We'll talk about Love and Marriage DC when that comes out on January 21st. As you know, we have a 3-part reunion of Love and Marriage Huntsville to get through. So the preview though for next week, Stormy gets really emotional. As you know, Stormy, multi-million-dollar business that she runs, talks about people's reaction to her on social media and her accent. And look, we've not made fun of. We that what's up part. We just thought that was hilarious. At no point did we feel because of Stormy's accent was that she wasn't smart. When we first were introduced to Stormy, she was, just a guest appearance before she was officially on the show. You are all reaching out to me like she owns this $1 million business and blah, 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 blah. And then they brought her on the show. Well, Carlos talks to Stormy and everyone's reaction to Stormy being on the show. People thinking that she's dumb because she has this Southern accent. But if you are really watching the show and not just judging someone based off their accent, and you heard her talk about her business, how she manifested that business, how she runs her business, why she didn't want to work with Destiny, this woman is smart. And she didn't build this business. Yes, of course she got the support of her husband, but no, they built this business together. But she is no dummy. She is no dummy. And I that's the thing. When we have our community and we're talking about these shows, I don't think about the other communities that are talking about this show. And I'm sure there is that sector of people on social media. Oh, she sounds so dumb. Da-da-da. She's sitting here dumb and creating an empire. And what are you doing? That's why you always have to remind yourself when you see people in the comment section hating on you, what you're doing, they're just mad because you're living your dream and doing well. And you have to always keep that in your mind. And that's what I'm going to be keeping in my mind for 2023. As you already know, I don't get in the comment section and argue with people. Every once in a while, if I'm going through the comments, I will respond to someone that's saying something that's incorrect, or if I have a response. But in 2023, I'm paying it dust because I have to remember people's intention. They want you to, first of all, give them attention. They want you to be as miserable as they are. And guess what? I'm living my life like it's golden in 2023. My life is good. And those of you that want to come and drag people down when their life is good, it's because you're miserable. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with Stormy. Stormy, keep doing you. Some of you don't want her on the show. That's all well and good. Stormy will be fine without this show. She will be fine. Destiny? Destiny, not so much. So one of the other previews that we get for next week is, Carlos says that everybody wants me to fire you. Apparently. And here's the thing. Carlos says to her, people want me to fire you. They're like, why are you even on the show? You're not married. You're not in love. And here's the thing. We here have never said that's the reason why Destiny shouldn't be on the show. Because we get it. Love and Marriage is not... These shows always veer off and do their own thing. And honestly, I don't think people care. They're just taking it as reality TV and as entertainment. If it's entertaining, if it's interesting, they don't care if she's married or not. The problem with Destiny is that she will not engage. She will not be transparent. She will not show up for the job that she signed up for, a reality TV show. She's lying. She's smudging the truth. She's not revealing what really went down in her marriage. She's not revealing her new relationship. She's not engaging with other people. Girl, that is people's problem with Destiny. People's problem with Destiny is not because she's not married or in love. For all we know, she could be married and in love, and she's just not showing it. And then when she does show up, we're like, girl, you're projecting what you think of Tiffany is the same behavior that you're exhibiting. Tiffany's a whole other story. Is Tiffany at the reunion? Did we see pictures of Tiffany at the reunion? Oh, anyways, some of the editing of the reunion, I was just sort of like, not necessary. There's just certain little things that I paid attention to, just like people's reactions to something that was said, and then they'll edit these reactions that I can pretty much tell you were not the actual reactions in the moment. Just I could tell from the edit. But that's just my attention to detail. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction, how you would rate this reunion. Replay crew as well. Let me know where you're watching from. How you would rate this reunion, what you thought of the reunion, what stood out to you in this reunion. Are you looking forward to part 2 and part 3? And look, it's okay to disagree with me, but disagree in a constructive way. Just saying. There's no need to, you're a hater. Keep hating and keep watching. I'm gonna be all in. You're gonna see a whole look. Where's that candy meme? You're gonna see a whole lot of me in 2023 internationally, baby. Guys, as always, be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe. And be sure to follow me on my social media, everything, especially on Twitter, @TheKempire. I am talking about some of these shows that I haven't talked about anywhere else, like White Lotus, like 90 Day Fiancé. Check out my Twitter, @TheKempire, and be sure to check out my TikTok, @TheKempire as well. All social media is available in the description of this video. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members and our senior royals. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. And don't forget to say thank you to the King's Guards, aka our moderators. Thank you all for being here, guys. I will see you in the next video.
You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Both of my best life, yeah. Both of my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. Both of my best life.